Hello, this is LMC 2050, group representing the fire in the Anthropocene. The Anthropocene is viewed as the period during which human activity has been the dominant influence on climate and environment. This includes global warming, water contamination, burning of fuels, and etc. Our focus is on fire or the burning of fuels for energy to power people's homes and cars. While in discussion about the topic, we found that in 2017, most Americans have a sense of the exuberant use of burning fuels due to the visible air pollution. Instead of drilling facts or throwing boring commentary at you, our group FIRE has dug into and found a way to teach people how to live a less wasteful life and live with the Anthropocene. But now we're here with Gerald Mitchell, part of the Atlanta Beltline Inc., and he's here to share the vision of the Beltline and its integrative work-live-play model and how it serves as an energy-efficient lifestyle. Hello, Gerald. Can you please introduce yourself again and your position at the Beltline?
Yeah, I'm Gerald Mitchell. I am the Director of Economic Development here at the Atlanta Beltline Inc., and I've been in this role for just over 3 years.
How does the new development around the Beltline continue the mission of environmental sustainability?
Yeah, so one of the things that we do as we build out the Atlanta Beltline is we have a partnership with Trees Atlanta, and they're building out an arboretum around the trails that we build that really are good for the environment in terms of, I think the term is, and I guess you can quote me on it, but it may be inaccurate, but in terms of the term, but it's carbon sequestration, where planting new trees actually helps the environment because it's creating new ways for that carbon exchange to happen, especially in urban environments where you have so much concrete. So we planted lots of trees, or Trees Atlanta has planted a lot of trees on our behalf or in partnership with us that have led to that. The other things that we try to make sure that we do is as we advance the Atlanta Beltline from a trail development standpoint, we try to make sure that the materials that are used are sustainable materials. And further, as we work through partnerships in housing and job creation, it is absolutely our goal to encourage developers as we have the opportunities to partner to make sure that they're thinking about sustainability as they move forward in their development activities.
How does the Beltline plan to maintain affordable housing in the area and surrounding Beltline?
Yeah, so first I'll say that we've got a department that is absolutely focused on creating affordability, and they're laser focused on workforce housing. And there are a couple of ways that we do it. One is, the city has taken a really strong position in terms of requiring some component of affordability for multifamily residential developments that are built that take any type of subsidy. So that is one way to start to move the needle. The other thing that we try to do is work with developers on properties, for instance, that we own or have control of, in partnership with Invest Atlanta, to make sure that as we put out RFPs for those properties to redevelop, that we are requiring that affordability components are parts of those development plans and strategies, and we're trying to hold people to that.
How do you think the Beltline has changed the lifestyles of Atlanta residents, particularly in the use of cars as transportation?